Hello, this is Shane
And Billy?
from the band Silverstein. We're hanging out in the Kerrang office, and this is a guide, track-by-track guide to our new record, Rescue. So check it out. Hope it's informative. Kerrang! Yeah, first song on the record, Medication. You got anything to say about it?
I don't know. I think as far as the music goes, that like structurally, we really threw away the grid. Any kind of like verse chorus bridge kind of thing. We kind of said forget it, and we had some really cool parts, some cool riffs, and we put them together in the way that we thought worked. And I really like the dynamic of it, how the song starts off really heavy and then kind of ends really melodic, and kind of has a build up and a release. And I really like enjoyed the writing process musically, because it just evolved so many ways, and even to a point where we had the song finished, and then we thought, I think it needs a little bit more, and we added the intro bit just before we went to the studio. So I really liked how it.
Yeah, we actually didn't think that it was going to be a track one. You know, we wrote it, and I actually thought it might be great for the end of the record, and then we wrote that big intro, and it kind of felt more like a track one. And actually, lyrically, it's interesting. I was sitting. My girlfriend who went to work, and I was at her house, and I had nothing to do all day. And I'm like, okay, I gotta write some lyrics. So I'm sitting around her room, like looking around for some inspiration, and she has one of those "Keep Calm and Carry On" posters. So I was like, So that's where the first line of the song came from. Just some dumb inspiration, looking around the room and seeing that. Sacrifice. This was the track I thought was going to be the track number one. Ended up being the second track. I wrote the song again, just kind of waiting around for my girlfriend at her house for her to get ready. Picked up a guitar and literally just kind of wrote the riff, and then was messing around. And then of course she came out and she's like, "Are you ready to go?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm ready." And I wasn't, and ended up recording the riff into my computer so that I wouldn't forget it later, and ended up being, I think, one of the standout tracks. I think it's a fan favorite already.
Yeah. I think that all along we kind of had the plan of it starting the record, but then once we went in and did the other songs, and especially after really working on Medication, we just thought that it was like a little bit too just what we would normally do to start off a record, and we're like, you know what, we want to do something different. And the way that Medication ended, it just bam right into the start of Sacrifice worked out really well. So
Forget Your Heart. The intro riff, the kind of creepy, clean intro riff, is something that I wrote and I had written for a long, long time, and I kind of never knew where to take the song, what direction. And once I kind of found that, I kind of ran with it, and I think it ended up being one of my favorites on the new record. I really like when it goes to that bridge, and it's just kind of that dissonant, like it's heavy, but it's, I don't know, it's just a cool vibe in that part. And
yeah, I think that part especially, I think in almost every song on this record we found a way to fit in a bit of a breakdown kind of anywhere. And I know that like might seem a little bit cliche, because like breakdowns are popular with bands now, but not in that way, I don't think, because I think that like with that part, it's not really a traditional breakdown, and some way we just kind of made it work. And I think in other songs as well, we kind of took a part that wouldn't normally seem like it would go there, and it was really interesting and exciting for us. And I that's my favorite part of that song as well.
We also did a piano version, actually, which is going to come out, I think, as an iTunes exclusive, where I actually played piano, and I don't know how to play piano. So, you know, for me, playing piano was just pushing buttons. That's how I looked at it, because I have no talent on piano at all, and made it work, and thank God for Pro Tools. Good Luck With Your Lives, track number 5. It's a song, I think, that can be taken a lot of different ways. And I think that that's a great thing about music, is that I could write something one way, just totally down one path, totally just tunnel vision, and someone else can just take it in a completely different way. And I think this song is one people are really going to not really know where I'm coming from when it's very much down one path about some of the business relationships we've had in the past. So I think that's a great thing, a really great thing about music.
Yeah, I think that with any relationship, there's struggles and there's highs and lows, and there's ways to kind of analyze it at the end. And this is where we're kind of coming from as a band. We've been together for 11 years, and we've been in the kind of music industry and touring and working with record labels for 7 or 8 years now. And this is just kind of our an analysis of how those years have gone and the kind of dealings we've dealt with. And it's kind of a lesson for ourselves as well as for other bands of to not jump into things and to kind of know what you're dealing with and that sort of thing. And
be careful.
Yeah. And the title really has meaning for us personally. So
yeah, for sure. Yeah, Intervention probably was the song that changed around a lot. We had a lot of arguments about what to do, and originally the verse parts were just kind of straightforward, kind of a normal 4/4 rock beat, and I think we didn't really like it. We kind of made it feel like sort of nu metal or something, and we weren't feeling the track really. And then I think you had the idea to go double time like a punk rock beat, and it kind of saved the song for me, and it ended up really coming out good.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Neil came up with that riff and was playing it all the time, and I think it even got to the point with me where he'd play that riff at soundcheck, and I was just like, oh no, not that riff again. I don't ever want to hear that riff ever again. And then we started playing, and it just felt so it was just like a do 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 dun 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 dun, and I was just like, oh, this is so boring. Make it fast. And then once we even recorded a demo of it with a kind of slower drum beat, and it was just so stale, and we put the fast drums into it, and it just really brought the song to life. And I think the song changed so many ways into the point of the rhythm section and the breakdown. It changes a lot, and kind of the strumming patterns and the way the drums work over top of the guitar lead. We did a lot of shuffling of that and back and forth, and I'm really happy with the way that turned out. So.
Texas Mickey. A lot of people won't know what a Texas Mickey is. It's a Canadian thing, and it's a 3-liter bottle of liquor. So it's a Mickey. Everything's bigger in Texas. Yeah. So that's where the term comes from. And this song is actually pretty cool because we got our friend Anthony from Bayside to sing on it. And we had the song written a couple different ways, and I was singing the ending originally on a demo we had, and just really thought his voice would fit well. And I called him up, and he was like, yeah, and he just nailed it. So yeah, I think this is one of Bill's least favorites, though, isn't it?
You know
or did he save the song for you?
I think Anthony really saved the song for me. I thought that it was one of my least favorites going into the studio, and the song was very on one level for me. And I think that changing it up at the end with Anthony's vocals really made that dynamic, it mixed it up, and I thought that his voice worked so much better for the part, and I think that he really made the part his own. It was the same melodies and lyrics and everything, but he just kind of took it and sang it his own way and his own phrasing, and it's always really good to have close friends sing on the record, and Anthony's someone we've been friends with for 7 or 8 years now, and having him sing on the record, it really brought the song to life for me. Yeah,
it was really cool because I sent him the demo version that I had done the way I had sang it, and he did take a different approach with the way he sang it. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to release the demo version of the song as well as his as the version with him, so people can kind of see where his interpretation kind of took the song, which I think is cool for fans to see that kind of stuff. I know as a music fan I love that kind of stuff. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
Correct.